The Pan-African Historical Museum USA, or PAHMUSA, is located in Tower Square in Springfield. The former executive director, LuJuana Hood, was a great friend to Connecting Point and a passionate advocate for African American history and culture in the Pioneer Valley. She passed away unexpectedly last spring, but her legacy lives on in the work of the museum, which will celebrate a grand reopening on October 6th. Carolee McGrath sat down with Sam Bradley and Tony Bass, who've taken the reins of PAHMUSA, to learn more.
It's going to be a grand opening, and there's going to be a number of guest speakers. And one is Dr. Shabazz, who is a professor at the University of Massachusetts, and Janine Fonda, who's also a professor at Cambridge College. And we're going to have a tour. It's going to be both indoor and outdoor. And the museum itself is comprised of a number of artifacts, historical remnants of the African diaspora. The tour outdoors will cover from the waterfront all the way up to the Court Square. There's also African historical presence all the way over to Prince restaurant there.
Right. Yeah.
And so there'll be also characters who will be portraying different roles, so that the whole presentation is interactive, and it's a wonderful learning experience of the all the way from the Africans brought here as slaves and who came as far up as Springfield to escape slavery, and also how the abolitionists here helped them to integrate into the city. So it's a wonderful experience and a wealth of knowledge that people will gain as to how significant this area is to the whole African American experience.
So Sam, tell us a little bit. You have a new role as executive director, and I know that this is definitely a labor of love for you, because LuJuana Hood, who passed, who was a great friend to this show, has come in before with you. Why is this so important to you to have this grand reopening?
Well, it's important because you know, we basically want to keep LuJuana's legacy alive. You know, it's so surreal because our last show, our television show together, was with you and at this place, and you know, and so we want to have it at that grand opening because we just know that LuJuana was a beautiful person, a beautiful soul, and I know that she would want us to keep this going.
And she had so much knowledge, and she was so inspiring. I feel like every time I talk to her, and I know people who would watch the show and say, I just learned so much. She was infectious with that, you know, just with her spirit and her generosity, and it was just so exciting. So as you bring people in for this grand reopening, you were mentioning a little bit about the tour, and that was something that she loved to talk about, but you have been involved with for a long time. Tell me a little bit about your role.
Well, I was James Lindsay Smith on the tour, and we went, as far as the tour is concerned, I went from James Lindsay Smith, when he was a enslaved person, to when he became a free man, and also with the tour, I have with the Gospel Cafe, I have people playing different character actors, and so that gave the tour, like you said, a little bit more interactive component, and the people who basically volunteer and are the actors, they get so much out of it themselves. And I just wanted to say a little bit more about the reopening. You know, it's from 9 to 4:30, and we're starting off with the breakfast from the African diaspora. It's going to be a mini breakfast, and then what we're going to do, then we're going to go out on the tour. It's going to be a mini tour, so we're going to go around and see different things and have some of the character actors perform there. And then afterwards, we're going to have some live drumming, African drumming and African dancing, and then that's when the tribute is going to start. You know, and so we have people from the mayor, someone from his office. We have the president of the city council, Justin Hurst. He's planning on coming as well, and it's going to be a whole plethora of things to do and to see. And we also going to have basically, as far as performances are concerned, we're going to have some reading and someone who's going to be acting a scene, and it's going to be, I don't want to really tell you about it, but it's going to be awesome and fantastic.
Okay, so Tony, also there's a military component to the museum, which is something new. And you're a Marine.
Yes.
And just tell us a little bit about your involvement and what this component will include.
Well, I'll be articulating some of the components of the museum that are dedicated to the military. There's also a display of the Tuskegee Airmen. And the first commercial pilot, first African-American that received a commercial license was a female. And so we'll take the whole experience from, like I say, right from the very beginning, from the Revolutionary War, Civil War, up until today. As I alluded to before, there was a gentleman whose artifacts are here from the Iraq War. So it's a wonderful historical evolution, as per se, as to our involvement in the history of development of this country through our military.
And I should say you're the commander of the National Association for Black Veterans, Local Chapter 102. When you were talking a little bit about the local veteran whose Purple Heart will be in the museum, that's such a special connection to people. And when you're talking about it's a museum, but now you're connecting history all the way through. How important is that to you as a veteran?
It's very important because people, sometimes we don't realize how influential African Americans have been in the development of this country through our military. Again, I can allude to so many different things, as the Buffalo Soldiers, to the Tuskegee Airmen, who, before they were allowed to fly, the U.S. was losing bombers that were being escorted to the targets in World War I. And when the Tuskegee Airmen were finally allowed to fly, they never lost a bomber. And so it was a testament to how good these aviation pilots were.
Just tell me a little bit about the hours that you expect to hold.
PAHMUSA is going to be open from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And so those are our hours. And on Saturday, we're not open really on Saturday, but we're open upon request.
Right. And
So if anybody has to come down there and wants to see something, or if we're giving a tour, we will be there.